man, all the stuff our crazy uncles would tell us when they would drink too much, it turns out it may actually be coming true. So what am I talking about here? To the whiteboard of knowledge. Federal red flag laws. They're actually piggybacked into a bill called Violence... where are we here? Violence Against Women Act. Now we're going to call this for what it is. I'm not going to church it up. I'm not going to put a nice shine on it. What this is a bill for secret police. That's what this all comes down to. If you're not familiar with red flag laws, how does it work? Say, for example, I am a 60-year-old man, and I have a granddaughter that goes to a grade school. I live close to it. So every day, I sit in the kitchen or on my porch, and I watch my granddaughter walk home from grade school because it makes me real happy inside. Well, some Nancy, or I should say some Karen, that also picks up their child at grade school, thinks I'm staring at their kid and I'm some sort of pedophile. So what they do is they call the police station and report me for suspicious activity. Now what red flag laws are is you don't get to face the person accusing you, and you are guilty until you can prove your innocence. And so this Karen sees me watching my grandkid, who actually has a real similar name as her grandkid, so they both, or her child, so they both come out of the school at the exact same time. Karen assumes that I'm eyeballing her kid because I want to do something violent or something nasty to her kid, and as my grandkid goes around the corner is the same time her kid is getting in her vehicle. So I go back in the house at that time. She's overly concerned. She calls the police without ever talking to me. What happens is at 5 a.m., boom, my door gets kicked in. Armed police come in with their guns drawn with the intent to kill if need be, throw me on the ground, arrest me, remove all the firearms and everything dangerous out of my house, take me to jail, and I sit in jail, and I sit there until I can get in front of a judge, still not knowing what the hell's going on, and I have to argue to the judge that I'm not some crazy guy. In this particular case, it wouldn't be hard. I'd be like, pull up the school record, yeah, this is my granddaughter. Everything would pretty much be washed away. That is an incident where it'd be pretty easy to prove a negative. And it's impossible to prove a negative, because then Karen, if she really wants to push the issue, could be like, no, I seen him doing something in an inappropriate manner while he was staring at my kid. It's not true. He's using his granddaughter as an excuse. And trying to prove a negative is quite difficult. So basically, a whole bunch of people, should this happen, are going to get wrongly convicted of stuff they don't know. Now, the idea behind red flag laws is so if you're on Facebook and somebody says something about a firearm, you can write their name down, call the police, and the police will show up at their house, strip all their guns, haul them off to jail, put them in front of a judge. They're already guilty. They're literally in front of a judge. They've already committed the crime in the eyes of the law. Now it's up to them to try to argue their innocence. It's crazy, I know. That's why this is secret police, because everything happens in secret, behind closed doors. You don't even know about anything or that you've even done anything wrong until your door explodes, 2 flashbangs roll in, possibly a tear gas grenade through your window, and there's a bunch of armed men pointing guns at you at 5 o'clock in the morning telling you to get on the ground. That's scary. That is absolutely terrifying. And what if I'm like reaching for my cell phone on my nightstand? Now I just died because some Karen doesn't know that my grandkid goes to the same school as her child and thinks that I have some sort of crazy plot to abduct her child. This is bad. In the real world, how this would go down is Karen would talk to the police. The police would come talk to me. I would explain to them that that's my grandchild. Then they would go to the school, confirm that's my grandchild, and then tell Karen not to be such a Karen. With red flag laws, it works in reverse. Due process is gone. You get arrested, thrown in jail, and then put in front of a judge before they ever hear your side of the story. So it's piggybacked in Violence Against Women Act, which is this crazy bill. We won't even talk about that. So, also inside of this bill that you need to be aware of, they want to move prohibited persons from either a violent offender or somebody that has a sentence over 2 years or a felon to now misdemeanor charges also make you a prohibited person. And do you have any idea what you can catch a misdemeanor charge for? It's pretty freaking easy. You almost have to have a clean nose the whole time growing up and never do anything kids do to not catch some sort of misdemeanor charges as you're growing up. I lucked out, or at least I think I don't have one. I'll have to double check. But I lucked out. But most of my friends and most everybody I know besides like my dad has some sort of misdemeanor charge. I think my girl might not have one because she's an exception too. But the point is, like, adding just misdemeanor charges to the prohibited person list would make so many people prohibited persons. And that's just absurd. Alright, so what else do we got stacked inside this little Trojan horse of a bill we call Violence Against Women Act? Special deputization for the secret police. So, hold on, I got a dry throat. Not only are they giving the secret police a job, they're even putting funding in a special way to deputize a bunch of people to form a posse as secret police to enforce this stuff. So they're given the avenue of what can be enforced. And then they're putting the means out there so a militia or a posse or whatever the hell you want to call it can be legally formed to enforce this stuff. It's pretty scary. It really is. So what's the whole point of this video? The point of this video is, normally when something like this goes to Congress, it has strong opposition. Because anybody would look at it and be like, I am not signing on to secret police. That is the most un-American thing I've ever heard. This one is different. It's got like zero opposition. I think there was like 3 senators opposed to it. Basically what I'm saying, if you guys don't act now and contact these senators and be like, what are you guys thinking? Why are you not opposing this? This is going through. Legally, in front of Congress, and you can't even say it's not constitutional because Congress is constitutional, and if they say it's so, it's so. I guess, you know, in a way it would still kind of not be non-constitutional, but that's not the point. The point is, if that goes in front of Congress and passes, which as of right now it will, and it's going to, and nobody's opposing it, we will have secret police in America. So, we still have time to fight this. We still have time to get congressmen and anybody in power riled up to fight this thing. But we don't have much time at all. The time is slipping away quickly. You need to oppose this. Now, I want to give a special thanks to John Crump because he was the one that turned me on to this story. And I was just like, whoa. So he's helping spread the word out there. If you're not subscribed to his channel, you need to be. This is his channel right here. Anyway, do whatever you can. Fight this thing. It's not set in stone yet. But the dude's standing there with a chisel and a hammer and a slab of stone getting ready to start tapping it in. Like, that's how close we are. And nobody's opposing it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like to support the channel. Got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. Just by clicking on those links, even if you don't purchase what that particular link is for, just clicking on that and then doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway, I'll kick back for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.